Hi, welcome to the Market Alert for Wednesday, the 8th of January 2020. Bitcoin and bullion bid as stocks and bonds skid. So let's have a look at this in more detail. We'll start off with the stock market. This is the daily chart. You'll notice the activity overnight. We'll come to that in just a moment. Yesterday we see some selling. Also notice when you look at this chart how much volume that we've got here during the last few days. This is very interesting indeed because we haven't seen this sort of volume for a while, as they do their damnedest to keep this market on the highs. I've said before, they will do anything they can. Yesterday the market traded up to the 76% retracement as well, which is why it's important to know the backdrop of the market, see where these areas of resistance are, and then we see prices moving lower. So in the main event yesterday, the market was fairly sideways in the pre-market session. It then broke down once it got below the 200 and then dropped about over 100 points actually from the psychological level there, the red line down to here, so over 100 points. As it kicked off in the main event, we then see the classic buying the market back, and then starting to move prices higher, failing to get to the 200 MA, which is unusual, but it trades back just above 76% of its range from this high down to here. You can see there we've got a bit of resistance, and if we were to mark it off this one, as you go back through the highs, you will see this is where the market stops. You'll always find it if you go and look for it. Just keep going back to the highs to the left, mark up to the recent low, and you will find that 76% retracement. The market then moved lower and then became sideways with a bit of a move to the upside before the end of the session. But overnight, the market has fallen out of bed, only to fight back, and the reason for this is this. There we go. Iran targets US forces in Iraq, firing 22 ballistic missiles at 2 air bases. So that's what sent the market to the downside. But as ever, it's the job of the Fed trading desk to bring the market back, and that's exactly what we see here. Market already coming back. Will it hold? Who knows? But like I say, they are really doing their damnedest to keep this market on the highs. They've got a tall order of a job because they're going to have to try and do this until we get to November, when Trump gets up for re-election. So it's a tall order, to say the least. I'm just having a quick look at the weekly chart there. Nothing to report there at the moment. So news today, not that it will make a lot of difference. Trump is speaking today at 1:30 p.m. It's a new one, probably to do with last night as well. So expect some volatility at 1:30 p.m. in all markets. Meanwhile, Bitcoin has moved higher. It did absolutely nothing. Watching this yesterday, did absolutely nothing. Then we had a bit of a move, and then we came back below the 50 and the 20 moving average, but a shakeout, and then eventually we got going. But it was like watching paint drying the first bit. And of course, as soon as you leave the screen, and also I went on to trade the Dow. The market then moved and then has had another surge overnight as well. It seems that the Far Eastern markets are moving this market at the moment. But yet again, it's become really quiet here, as you can see. So very strange behaviour in this market at the moment, a bit erratic. As you step back, of course, it looks prettier. We've got the 4 hour there with the market closing above the 200 MA, and then the other MAs, the 20 and the 50, and then prices moving to the upside there as a nice bullish setup there now, and we're heading towards the 200 in the daily chart as well. And finally, volatility. Well, all things considered, not doing a lot. And again, this is down to the manipulation. Given the backdrop of prospect of war, this should be doing this at the moment. It should be like this. It's incredible. You think that they can't manipulate anymore, but they just seem to be able to do so. Doesn't matter what the instrument is these days, whether they're suppressing the price of gold, holding the stock market higher, and suppressing the volatility in the VIX by selling futures contracts in this market as well. So here you can see that we're still on amber alert, as it were, as the market remains above the 20 bar moving average there. Prices still on the right side of that 20 bar MA. Okay, that will do it for this one. Let's see what happens today. Could be a lot of volatility given the fact that Trump's speaking, and also what we've seen in the news overnight and how he's going to retaliate to this as well. And that will do it for this one. As ever, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.